I swear to God, I was going to be a rock star, so I would never have to work. Boy, was that wrong, you know. It's a lot more than just playing on stage. But I didn't want to get caught up in that 9-to-5 thing. Even though I got told the fantasy was just a bunch of crap anyway. Kind of a country thing. You give in your years, you invest in a life. The red tape's so thick you can cut off a slice. Life's a game, and you're a loser. You pay all the dues at the end of the week. The balloon of inflation, it must bring a leak. You work your life away just to break even. Kind of now, huh? Life is just a game. Every day's the same. Life is just a game. The score remains the same. And, it kind of goes like that. That was a good one. One thing about wild dogs is you can't really hoot nanny all the stuff. It's the same in London as it is in the whole USA. You got a life, you'll leave it, but you can't get yourself away. Yeah. I forgot how the rest of it goes. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm just kind of reminiscent, Because, it was 40 years ago that I went over to this modeling school. That was a torturous task because there was just these millions of cute women, gorgeous women who wanted to be models that went to this modeling school in Hollywood, here in Portland, the Hollywood district, up on 42nd and Sandy. And I don't know where they found the thing, but Pete Holmes lived a couple of blocks away, so maybe that's it. But Mick Zane, a.k.a. Mike Landauer, he called me the Hawk. And, I was always friends with him, and I kept going over to his house. I think he was still living at home at the time, saving up some money. And, man, I got to know his sister Lisa, from before when we had a band called Rude Awakening. And I had the Ravers albums out, and she had the Ravers album. I think she bought the Ravers album. Lisa's just a wonderful woman. And I said this before, but hi, how are you? And anyway, I think I'd go over and buy weed from Mike. And he was, amassing his millions that way. And he asked me if I wanted to play bass. And, funny thing is that Danny Kurt, the bass player for Wild Dogs, was in the band, and then he quit. And it was Pete Holmes on drums, Jeff Mark on guitar, and Mike Landauer on the other guitar. And they tried this other bass player out. This guy, Mark Grano, they called him Clark because he played like Stanley Clark and did all this. He was really an amazing bass player. In fact, that's the guy that I tried to get to. He lived right behind PCC. He actually bought my White Thunderbird, Explorer bass. But I said, dude, will you just give me, 2 minutes of a solo that I can put on one of my records as a bonus track on the CDs? Because I was that was about 2003, 2004, and I was really doing it. He said, no, I don't have. Let me get some more better equipment. And turns out that he had some weird cancer in his face, and they took his face off. So that always inspired me to there is no time like the present. And so I never did get a bass solo, and I haven't heard from him for a while, but I used to see him mowing his yard, and he looked like the Invisible Man with, ace bandage around his face. It was pretty tragic. Whoa. But so I came in, because I was playing guitar, but I also had, bass gear, and that's how Mike knew me as a bass player from 1978. And he said, "Hey, Hawk, come over and play bass." And I said, "Okay." So it turned out that we became the Ravers, so I could finish up some gigs that I had. And we wrote like about 16 songs down there. It was really good, a really prolific time. And we did something I thought was called "That's Life in the '80s," which I rewrote it for Evil Genius and made it "I Hate Discipline," which became "I Don't Want to Die" on the Dr. Mastermind album. That's life in the '80s, kind of stupid stuff. But we did a bunch of gigs as the Ravers and did a bunch of the Ravers songs like. And Katie McKernan would know this. I saw you standing there by the stage. You were dressed in your fancy clothes. Only 13, a group B, you were in the 7th grade. Going where nobody dares to go. Waiting in the wings, waiting and waiting, waiting in the wings. So that was a good song. But, I did some recording with Eric Frey, and we did Full Color Woman. I was going to be a pop star. Hey, girl, you walk the floor for me. Wonder who I am. Standing here watching all of you. Every chance I can. And I hope you don't realize I want to be your man. Want to know so badly. Want you to be mine. Full color woman. Full color woman. Full color woman, and I don't even know your name. I don't even know your name. Hey, sweet little girl, you said you're looking good, like a piece of cake. And I am so hungry, put it on my plate. Don't ever let me feel let down. Won't you talk to me? I wanna be your lover, man. Live only fantasy. Cool color woman. Full color woman. Full color woman, and you don't even know your name. Don't even know your name. Yeah, it used to be about, the women that work at the cosmetic counters. They're all really made up every day and awesome. And I kind of had a thing for that. I still do, but I don't like waiting around in the morning for them to get ready. But pretty good lyrics. And it all kind of added up to the Wild Dogs. And